even getting shade. Like I've found that like having to pay bribes is far less daunting than it seems like. Like most bribe solicitors I have found to just generally be very pleasant in my experiences. Maybe I'm lucky for that. But even in South Sudan, like sometimes they stop you. They'd be like, you got anything for me today? And we'd be like, no, sorry, not today. And they'd be like, oh, good. It's like, oh, that's kind of funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Fasten those seatbelts and strap in. We'll get you to those margaritas ASAP.
Hola, bonjour. Ciao belle mesdames et messieurs. Salam and salam.
All right, welcome back to Drop a Pin. Today we have Giulio is back on the pod. We're going to be talking a little bit of South Sudan, but he's gone all over the place. How are you, my man?
Boys, good to see you.
It's good to see you too, man.
Good to be back in the mix here.
Hell yeah.
It's been fun to see your guys, all your guys' shit start to take off.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's very nice. It's a nice check. It's nice to see that happen. You know what I mean? You should pull back up on the boys. The socials are ripping. Just love to see it.
Yeah.
Channel health.
Shout out Chaps for all the Geo games.
Fuck yeah, dude. It's really good shit.
People love those. We're going to be
Super
playing
creative.
more of them. We're doing live streams every Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, where me, Chaps, and KB are just going to play a bunch of Geo games live.
Sick, dude. That's so fun.
So the last time we had you on the pod, you've been to South Sudan. You also did your first trip to India. Before we dive into South Sudan, I'd like to just quickly hear about your first impressions of India, because that was your first time in the country.
Yeah.
And I know I hooked you up with the same tuk-tuk driver that I used. Shout out Arun.
Delhi Rickshaw Walla.
Yeah. That's his IG handle. If
Such a good dude.
If you want to look him up.
Oh, is that the guy that put the Drop a Pin sticker on the back of his tuk-tuk?
Yes. Now,
Dude, he's the man.
was it still up there, or did our sponsorship lapse?
No, it was still there, bro.
Oh, it was? Okay,
he
nice.
Deeply loves you.
Okay.
He's a good dude, and he is tapped the fuck in, dude. He knows about every streamer. He's telling me about Kick. He's making me feel like a fucking unk sitting there. I'm like, I don't know who all these people are, bro. He's like, show me clavicular videos.
Oh,
I'm
my
God. He didn't actually do that. But basically.
He's Luke maxing while he's tuk-tuking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he
Guashing.
this big time streamer when he went to India. Arun showed him around. I forget the guy's name.
He definitely told me about it. I don't remember.
But this guy used to be huge. I'm going to quickly look him up because one of his videos from India went viral. He had a mango lassi on the street and got E. coli.
God.
And so had to go to the hospital and was just a clip of him went viral in the hospital, talking a lot of shit about the country of India.
Oh, damn.
Sam Pepper.
Okay.
I had no idea who Sam Pepper was. I think he was when streaming was IRL streams were first taken off. He was huge. But he was just going off on India because he got E. coli from a mango lassi. And people in India were not happy.
Man, I'll tell you, bro. I loved India. Really special. People had sort of, there's a lot of India rage bait where people are just talking shit about it. And then the insults from people from India are hilarious. They're incoherent. They basically, it starts to be like, you bitch mother, fuck you, fuck me. It's absolutely crazy. So I was bracing myself for that, and not the case at all. I mean, maybe it's because we've been to a bunch of sort of places that are uncomfortable, but I realize India is sort of the most exotic place that most hard quote normal people have been to. So I get why that impression leaves such a strong impression on them. But for me, smelled normal. The infrastructure was nice. I had amazing food. I got sick once, but I'm used to that. You know what I mean? I get sick all the time when I travel, and it wasn't bad. It was half a day. It was great.
The meal, you think?
Dude, I think that what happens to me now is I just eat too much, and my stomach doesn't know what's going on. And it just can't digest it, and I end up getting sick. I don't know that I'm getting infections of any kind. I might be, but I don't know. I just had some normal ass meal in my hotel.
Okay. Now, were you eating any of the street food when you were there?
No.
Okay.
I was pretty careful.
I don't understand people that aren't careful. There's this dude that I've seen a bunch on TikTok. He's I'm gonna go eat Indian street food all day until I make myself sick.
Yeah.
Why, bro?
I know. Yeah.
Why? And
Because
some
it's
of those
a great
videos,
tagline for a social video.
Yeah.
Day 2 of eating Indian street food until I get food poisoning.
Yeah.
and I feel like I have a pretty strong stomach, like looking at things. But I saw a video the other day, and this dude was making rice in like this street side pot, and he's like cooking it up. People are going, you know, they're barefoot and shit. And this guy legit, like he's stirring it. The rice looks a little dry. A puddle on the side of the street just puts it straight in.
That
And
is-
I was like,
But dude, like
almost
that is rage
immediately
bait
got
for
me,
sure.
dude.
exactly. Like that didn't like reflect any sort of reality. Like surely in certain areas that were like really old, you know, there'd be infrastructural challenges and it might just look a little less developed than the newer parts of the city, obviously. But like in no way was it like an offensive level of
Yeah.
anything that grossed me out at all. And
I mean,
granted,
it's just like if you're a YouTuber or a content creator and you go to India,
You're looking for that.
you're looking for that. And you might have to search all day. And if you find that one really gross moment, you're like, all right, boom, got it. I'm going to post this on social media.
Right,
It'll get
right.
a ton of views.
Totally.
But it's not like, not every person you see is just like pouring in puddle water in their rice. Or there's been viral videos of people like mixing shit with their feet and stuff. And
yeah, or like armpits or whatever.
Yeah,
But
dude,
bro,
yeah.
yeah.
It gets me, man.
Did not reflect the reality for me at all. I went to Varanasi. Have you been to Varanasi?
No, I didn't. I heard that's a wild city.
Yeah,
if you
it's-
don't
it's
know, that's
amazing.
the holiest city in India, right?
I think in Hinduism, it's if not the holiest, one of the top.
Yep.
couple.
And it's on a river. Is that where they
The
do a
Ganges.
lot of the like cremation rituals?
Yep, cremation rituals all day long, and just like wild place. Really special. My guide is like this young guy. He's like pretty funny. He's just constantly trying to like. He's like, I'm going to try to riz you. And he just like starts at any moment. He's like messaging me. I'm like, oh man. He's like, it's hot here. I'm like, how hot? He's like, 40, like Celsius. He's like, just like you. I'm like, bro. And he's like, wink, gotcha. I'm like, oh, dude, hilarious.
You did. You got your ass.
He's like, I rizzed you. I'm like, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
How's your head, Bob?
Dude,
The head wobble.
Yeah,
the
head
wobble is starting to feel like a hypnosis technique. Like it'll be the most fucking intense city on earth. Like people are like, or in Delhi, whatever. There's people everywhere, blah 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 blah. But then someone's like, "Hello, how are you?" And like it just feels like someone's rubbing your tummy, dude.
It's like snake charming.
It's really sweet.
It is.
Yeah.
I've heard very mixed reviews about Varanasi, though. I've heard like there's a lot of scams there too, or a lot of people in your face trying to sell you shit constantly.
No.
No?
Really,
Okay.
It was definitely hectic, and you know the river sort of is known to be extremely polluted, like in a profound way.
But you still see people like in the rivers,
Yes.
like swimming and shit.
Yes, everybody swim like bathing in the river is like a once in a lifetime thing for the religion. You know what I mean? And I think the local people get sick from doing it too. But like everybody's like just don't get any of it in your mouth and like hope for the best type of deal.
Yeah.
But like we went to hang out with these mud wrestlers and like they bathe in it every day, and they're like fine. They're like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, all right, whatever. But I did not do that.
I'm gonna put my no thank you.
I did not bathe in the Ganges. I did not.
Yeah,
bathe.
you might. Wait, do you want to look up a video of people swimming in Varanasi, or do you want to watch the Sam Pepper video live on the pod?
I think there's some statistic like there's 1 trillion tons of human waste dumped into the
No, you can
Ganges every day.
Yep.
1 trillion tons.
Lord.
So there's that, human remains. You definitely see animal carcasses. So like, and there's also toxic waste. And at that time of year, the river tends to be a little more stagnant. So the pollution sort of sits there. So it's polluted, to say the least.
Yeah, this video Sammy just pulled up said that with human ashes. I actually just watched this video of like, and I know the caste system is very fucked up in India and how things have gone there for essentially forever. But there's people whose jobs it is just to like large scale cremation with the amount of people that die in some of the big cities every day, that they will put multiple bodies into these crematoriums. And it'll be someone's job, like not their job, but they'll go in digging through the ashes looking for jewelry.
Oh, crazy.
Good God.
Yeah, dude, this is the riverside cremation things that are happening just literally all day. It's a pretty special place, honestly. Like, very unique, really intense, but
Yeah, it's got to be really intense.
once in a lifetime, like very special. I'm excited to start working on the video. I have nothing but good things to
As
say.
for
about it.
watching this vid, but yeah, no, it's tough. But it is. I thought all the people in India were super friendly. Besides the guy who charged me like $360 to play 3 holes of slum golf. But other than that, yeah, no, I thought all the people were friendly. Just it was pretty much only the trash that like started to get to me.
Yeah.
Have you seen that viral post where it's the border of India and Bhutan, and like the Bhutan side of the border is just like so clean,
Pristine.
and then it's just this like small little creek, and then on the other side is India, and just trash is everywhere.
It's wild when you see differences in government and like what government actually, how it impacts different things. Like I was doing a video yesterday or 2 days ago on Dominican Republic, and the aerial views, you can see like a clear line between the Dominican Republic and Haiti, just in the way
yeah.
Hispaniola looks. Like one side is completely almost barren, like where the farming has not been sustainably done at all. And then the DR side is like green and lush.
Yeah,
It's legitimately insane how big of a difference your government can make.
Yeah.
For the India-Bhutan thing, in India's defense, I mean, it's just like such a stark, like opposite ends of the spectrum situation for population.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Like, how do you, Bhutan, there's like nobody there. So
And when
it's
those
much
populations explode like that, it's impossible for infrastructure to keep up. Like
Totally.
you see it in Lagos, you see it in fucking Dhaka, like all those cities that are blowing up all over the place. They struggle with infrastructure.
Dude, so this is a funny side note. Our drone got beheaded by a kite, which like gotta be careful. So I just sent this to Goldfinger, but bro, like this guy, we found a guy in Ahmedabad, like hour south, who is like the guy who repairs drones. Okay, we walk in, his assistant comes out, takes a look at it, and like hops on the phone, calls this guy up. This guy shows up 10 minutes later, says a prayer, and then just sits down and like fixes the drone in like the craziest imaginable way.
Holy shit.
Like the drone was completely beheaded.
Did you still have the footage? Were you trying to get a drone shot of the kites?
No.
Or you had no idea that a kite was up there? And then
No, so dude, the guy who comes with me, he's like a really like mild-mannered, sweet guy, but like the second he's got the drone controller in his hand, he just turns into into a complete wild card. So he's just crazy with the drone. So this one morning I was like sick, and I was like, bro, be careful for kites. Like go out there. And the one day he goes without me, kite gets beheaded immediately. Like, you son of a
they
bitch.
love their kites out there.
Yeah, they do.
I feel like that's something, like maybe I flew a kite a couple times as a kid, but that's like not enough Americans are flying kites these days.
Oh, great.
It's
Completely
fun.
agree.
Great analog toy.
And then in Afghanistan, that's where like kite fighting is a big thing.
Oh, right.
Is that what was that famous book like?
Kite runner?
Yes. And that's about, so you like everyone flies a kite and you have some like blades on your kite and you see like who can cut the other kite
Right.
down. I think
Battle
it's
kites.
battle kites.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we should just like
That would be a
we
great stream.
should just go in a field and just fight kites on a stream at some point.
That would be sick. I'm in. Let's do it today.
Yeah.
I used to love kites.
yeah.
Kites were the shit.
Yeah, dude.
One of my big regrets that I didn't get to do in India is I never took a train in India. Did you ever manage to get on a train?
No.
Okay.
I've heard mixed things. I did not though.
Okay.
I mean, it's just so affordable to find better options that it's just to me worth
Yeah,
it.
you would only be doing it to put yourself in a horrible situation to film some content.
right.
A SEAL on tour who we've had on the pod, he had a vid where in Bangladesh, he hopped on a train. He got the like third class, the lowest class you could go, where he actually had to sit on top of the train. So
Oh,
maybe he
God.
didn't even have a ticket on the train. It was just like certain trains you can just climb up and ride on top. So he was with a bunch of other Bangladeshis, but where he was sitting was like right behind the exhaust pipe. And there were like no
Jeez.
stops. So he's just breathing in toxic fumes the entire like 2-hour journey. And he's like, that for sure is going to take a few years off my life. Like there's just no way that does not have some sort of impact on my life in the future. Cause like toxic fumes for 2 hours straight.
Jesus, dude.
That
It's
and those
tough.
iron ore trains.
Oh yeah, in Mauritania.
Mauritania, the iron, is that a video you would ever do? So that's a huge thing for travel.
No, dude.
Because I'm considering that.
Too old for that shit.
Apparently they've cracked down on it, but that's something I'd like to do.
Why?
I feel like, if I go back abroad, I want to have like some like challenge or goal, like not just necessarily be like, oh, I'm just going to check out this city, see what it has to offer. I want to just like challenge myself in some way.
I'll challenge myself, but not in that way. Like those videos all look miserable, dude. 2 days of doing that.
We'll get the adrenaline pumping. Are they on that train for 2 days?
It's 2 days that you're riding on top. You can't hardly eat. It's hard to even drink because the iron ore is so much in the air, and if you like swallow too much with your mouth open, it gets into your lungs and shit.
Jesus
Christ. I don't understand that. And you're going over open desert, like I'm sure
if you fall out, you're dead.
Right. And like you're either from the environment or from bandits and shit. Like that's a crazy dangerous place to be right now. And I just don't understand the appeal of that. Like there's so many if you want to go across a desert, fucking great. There's lots of awesome deserts to go across.
Camel caravan.
Yeah, like you could do all kinds of things. Just
way.
the iron ore just makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really thought about it like this, but it's sounding challenging.
Is that
like
something?
that.
Because I'm sure you've seen those vids of the people
Yeah.
that hop in.
Yeah.
Like when you see those vids, are you ever like, oh, maybe I should do that for a future video? Or you're like, that's not for me.
Yeah, I don't know. It hasn't like called to me specifically. I try my best not to do what I think I should do, which is kind of counterintuitive, but I'm like, I don't know. Like there's plenty of stuff I want to do. And even if it's not always the most sort of like algorithmic, I'm sort of fine with that. I'm fine with a video not doing well if I like it a lot.
Yep.
So I'm trying to like channel that.
I know you've had
long-term.
that. You've had the series Places You Can Go, where you go to kind of like countries that Americans would never think of going. Would you ever consider a trip to Haiti, or is that to the point where you're like, my wife would kill me if she knew I was going to Haiti? It's a little too dangerous.
I think I would. I haven't like been keeping up with what the deal is currently. That great fortress that's there where you have to like ride a mule to the top.
Oh, I don't.
What's it called again? Whatever. Obviously.
I remember.
Can you look it up, Goldfinger? I think it's really cool. And then like Cap
Fortress in
Haitian
Haiti.
looks really cool too. Going around, the ghetto of Port-au-Prince doesn't call to me as much. Yeah, the Citadel. It's like up on a mountain. Like looks super sick. Like, I wouldn't shock me if this was something that could be done currently.
I wonder. It says early 19th century. I wonder. Like, can you click on that? Like, why did they build that in the early 19th?
So but no, I'm not. I sort of will only do that specific video is if like I really think I can do it completely safely. I think there's something like interesting about that contrast. So, and that's like the South Sudan, I would say probably falls in line with that. I'm not sure if I'm going to call it that yet, but definitely a place where like, it's kind of like known to be a sort of no-go zone.
Yeah.
That's a good transition. Let's talk some South Sudan. So it's the newest country in the world, which we learned. I was also seeing something that says it's like the most corrupt country on earth.
I believe that. Yeah.
Okay. And now can an American just book a ticket to South Sudan?
Yeah. And you need to get a visa. It's pretty easy. It's not expensive. It is a little expensive, but it's not hard. The only thing that's annoying about it is like,
How much we talking?
I think it's like $200. But there's a ton. I've never seen more like tack on fees in my life. And yeah, it's sort of like designed to just sort of be like, we're going to make a bunch of money off of any people who come visit, which is, a little short-sighted, but like the visa is $200. You can only apply within 7 days of arriving, which is annoying and stressful until you know that you're not going to get rejected. So
I can't imagine that flight's cheap.
the flight, I flew from India via Ethiopia. And it was not that cheap, but I don't know. At that point I was like, whatever, money's not real. I'm just going to fucking figure this out later. I think it was like $500 for one way, which is not terrible. And then when you get there, you need to register. So you go to the Office of Alien Registration. There's a typo on the official document that goes in your passport. Alien is literally spelled wrong, and it's printed. It's not like they wrote alien wrong. Okay. It's literally just like pure corruption. And you need to go do that within 48 hours of arriving. And if you don't, they like crush you when you leave. And you pay like another $100 for that. And then to get permits to film, which is like really challenging, you pay a ton for that. And then it doesn't work all the time. So like you go to another thing and you need to get another permit. So I probably ended up getting like 5 permits.
Jeez.
Yeah,
to be able to film.
I could see you just showing up and then just like filming. You'd have people being like, "Oh, white guy filming." I can just walk up to him and be like, "Oh, if you want to keep filming, you got to pay me a couple $100 or something like."
Right, but it's all like bureaucratic. So like a random guy isn't going to stop you and be like, you need he might, but like that guy's not going to hit you the way that like they will at the office, obviously. Okay. And the guys are everybody's really nice. It's just sort of like cost of doing business. I have no problem with paying that kind of shit because it's like, it's a once in a lifetime thing. I don't want any problems. Like, okay, I'll pay it, like whatever. Even getting like I've found that like having to pay bribes is far less daunting than it seems like. Like most bribe solicitors, I have found to just generally be very pleasant in my experiences. Maybe I'm lucky for that. But even in South Sudan, like sometimes they stop you. They'd be like, "You got anything for me today?" And we'd be like, "No, sorry, not today." And they'd be like, "Oh, good." It's like, oh, that's kind of funny. Because I know there's sort of like back pay sometimes. Like the employees of the government aren't always getting paid regularly, from what I've heard. But then one time, a guy, like we got stopped at night, and a guy rolled down the window. And he saw me, and he just leaned in and he went. And then my friend just drove away, and it didn't matter. Like we just drove off.
They see an American tourist, that's rare. They're like, I gotta at least try.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. And we just
I might try that.
drove away.
Yeah, give me some money, yeah.
But a lot of misconceptions, in my opinion. I think, again, what happens in a lot of the creator stuff is like, there's this very obvious narrative that's like, this is the most dangerous place on earth. And then you get there and like, you show a bunch of examples of like people not wanting to be on camera and people being shitty or whatever. And then maybe 1 or 2 nice things. And like, that's the whole video. And it's a short video. Everybody talks about how challenging it is to film, which I know I just did, but I'm not planning to do that in my video at least. But I did not find that experience to be like that. I got lucky. There was this festival happening, this like cultural festival that only happens once a year. It's not the same time every year, and they've only been doing it for a few years. It's called the Terekeka Mundari Festival, and they basically celebrate this like
pull that up, Sam.
This tribe. Yeah, Mundari is phonetic. You could probably get that one.
What was the first word?
Just do Mundari, Mundari Festival. So I got lucky. It was happening when I was there, and it only happens for a weekend, and dude, it's the best. It's so much fun. And like everybody's having the best time. Like everybody's in a great mood. Like there was everybody dying to be on camera. Everybody just like thinking it was hilarious that I was wearing their stuff. Like I was wearing like the tribal
Traditional garb.
Yeah. And everybody wears it. So it'll be people from all different tribes. Like these people aren't necessarily Mundari. They just dress up like this for fun.
Oh, this is the jumping people.
Yeah.
Like the jump.
Yeah, so like, and dude, there's a video of me that went like kind of viral in South Sudan of me being in the mix, like dancing with them. That's like pretty funny. I try to send it to Sam.
Yeah.
We're really good jumpers.
Dude, it was just like such a good fucking time. And it's like right on the Nile. You take a boat on the Nile, and it's just like everybody is so turned up, and it is just a complete bash, dude.
And
so I went to this for 2 days. It was great.
Is the Civil War there pretty much over?
No.
Okay.
No, it's
still going.
Pretty active, but regional, and it's one of those things where like,
oh, that guy's balling.
This guy's the man. There's a road that goes directly here. That's like a good road. It's a new road, and like it's kind of known to be a trip that's just like not affected by any of that. But there's definitely a pretty active civil war, like between the president and the vice president, which has been going on since the country existed.
Yeah. And first they had to fight a war just to become a country too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because they used to just be part of Sudan. Did you learn anything about why they like wanted to break off and become their own country?
No, I don't know specifically. I know that like culturally it's much different than Sudan proper, which is more sort of like
North African,
Levant-esque.
yeah,
I'm
Egyptian.
pretty sure it's Christian-Muslim divide.
Yeah, sounds right to me. And this is just like much more sub-Saharan Africa vibes.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, it was just pretty fucking funny. And I also love this like me wearing the stuff. How much that tickled people was like one of the funniest, most fun experiences. Just me dressed like this. They just thought it was like the greatest thing of all time.
I know.
That's hilarious.
But if you wore it in America, you'd have a bunch of white women being like, cultural appropriation.
Right,
what
right.
the fuck are you doing? No. People
Right.
like to see you wearing their, like, it's cultural appreciation, as I
There you
always
go.
say.
There you go. Yeah, it's kind of baked into our consciousness that like you're not allowed to do shit like that. But it is fun to just see that like no one gives a fuck. And yeah, man, just like really turned up. So the shit they're wearing on their face is literally that. I don't know if everybody's literally doing that, but like, so they burn the cow shit at the end of the day to keep mosquitoes away from the cows. And the ash is supposed to have all these great healing properties. So you rub it all over your face and on your skin, you use it to brush your teeth. It sounds like a stretch, but like somehow it doesn't smell and like everybody's doing it. So it's like somewhat normal.
I mean, cow shit, once it's dried out, like people's from all over the world use that in different, like in Iraq, like that's how they bake bread. Like,
Really?
it's over,
Alright.
like they'll take these dry cow patties and they'll just put the naan essentially on top of it, and that's how they'll cook
just like
it
normal?
in different areas. Yeah,
It's very flammable.
yeah. Once it's kind of like any. It's
Hey, well, no,
yeah.
it's a good fire.
Yeah, it's
just
starter.
funny,
Dry,
yeah.
dry
Like it-
cow shit. I mean, I don't know
It
if I
burns at a
use
low
it.
heat.
Yeah. I mean, once it's burned, burn
Yeah.
fire
Burn,
purifies.
baby, burn.
It's like,
Yeah. As long as
I mean, there is the
whatever.
rumor in India. There's like a festival where they like actually eat the cow shit.
Oh,
but,
I've seen it.
Yeah.
And like there was a big thing on the cow urine healing COVID. Was a big thing too. People were drinking COVID and shit, or drinking piss.
People are just fucking drinking COVID.
Straight up COVID, baby.
Shots of COVID.
That would be wild. But yeah, I just looked it up. It is the North was more Sharia law, and then the South felt like that they were getting marginalized as the Christian group, so they separated.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've heard that area that's like South Sudan, Sudan, and Somaliland, like that area of the world is just unbelievably ready to explode at any given moment. Like it could be
like fighting-wise?
yeah, super calm to like crazy in a second.
Right, totally. And I believe that.
Did you have to have an armed guard or anything?
No. No. My boy lives there. And it's like my proper boy. Like I met this guy at a comedy festival in Rwanda, but like I've chilled with him in New York. It's like my literal proper boy, which makes me feel even like weird talking about where he's from in this way. Cause like sometimes there's like a strong enough cultural divide where it's like the obvious thing to do. But like if I went to like visit you in Jacksonville and I came back and did a podcast for 90 minutes about Jacksonville, you'd be like, that's fucking weird. Like, why is he doing that?
Well,
like you might not, but you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I do totally.
So
yeah.
like it
And,
was,
it's almost like you're fetishizing a place a little bit.
sort of. And yeah, I don't want anything that I'm saying to like come off that way. Hopefully it's not. But it was just cool to be with him, and you know, I was sort of all over him when I was messaging to making sure he would set it up, because you know I know him, but I don't know how he's going to be in this kind of situation.
Yeah.
I could tell he was like getting a little annoyed with me. He's like, bro, like I promise you, like we're totally good. Like don't like we're good. You're good. And it was totally fine. And bro, like the life this guy's living in the city is so interesting. Like there's just a proper, like they have this crew, they chill every night, they go to different spots. I went to like karaoke place, like proper bars, proper restaurants, like, and everybody's sort of like hustling, you know what I mean? Everybody has a couple different jobs, they're doing a couple different things. And like, it's the type of place where maybe because of corruption, but like you might get lucky and end up working under the right minister, and like a little bit of that goes your way too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like so it's just like a different way of like seeing the way things are. And these people are just like super effective, super smart, focused, like, and it was fascinating.
And it's probably legit. Like, I know it's a bad comparison, but even when family members of mine, like from the deep South, will come up here, they watch Fox News all the time, and they're like super concerned about Chicago, and they think every area of Chicago is going to be what they hear about on the news, when it's just not. Was that your experience in South Sudan as well? Like, there was much to do about some places that there was absolute nothing to worry about?
Like for sure. Does it help that I got to hang out with some friends? Absolutely, who are like from there and get it.
You need a guy, and you had a guy.
Having a guy is really clutch. It would have just been inconvenient without it. Like he's like, dude, get the VIP service when you land at the airport. It's $30. Trust me, it'll make your life so much easier. The guy will do everything for you. You'll wait in air conditioning. Like, trust me, do that. If I hadn't done that, I talked to Drew Binsky, and he's like, my airport experience in South Sudan was like a complete nightmare.
Yeah.
And like probably because he didn't do that. So just like knowing things like this, it's just so helpful. So like to sort of answer your question, ultimately, definitely was obviously very chill and fine, but I'm not a risk taker. I don't like being scared. I don't like being in bad situations. So I wouldn't have gone if I thought that was going to be the case. So anyway, but
What was the environment? Weather super hot?
so it was hot as fuck. I went in January. It was like 100 degrees. But the weather is like challenging there. I think it's like really solid malaria conditions, like a lot of sort of like delta water, resting water.
Oh, there's like a huge marsh in South Sudan. That's the one thing I learned. Like,
Definitely. So it's like a lot of good conditions for like disease transmission, and it rains a ton like at certain times of the year. So it's like rainy or hot is like the impression that I get.
Mosquito feasting.
Yeah, but like it was probably too hot for mosquitoes, I guess. I always do like the prophylaxis.
too hot for mosquitoes?
Like I didn't.
Yeah.
No, maybe that makes no sense. But it was like hot and dry, and like it wasn't the mosquito season.
Okay.
Oh
So-
yeah, hot and dry.
You know,
Definitely not.
so,
Yeah.
like-
hot and wet. Yes.
But you know, there's like cholera. There's like you need a cholera vaccine, and like I got one, which I didn't need. I'm embarrassed to say it, but I'm like I have no problem getting all the stuff.
Dude, why? I mean, that kind of thing. Like, if you're going places like that, like if I go to Bolivia, instant yellow fever vaccine.
Oh, interesting. You need one for that? For there?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
I
Depending
needed
on
one
where
for
you go.
Uganda. You think I'm good?
You're good for life.
I'm good for life.
Oh
now?
well, then I don't need one. I thought it was 7 years.
Oh, I think you're supposed. Maybe there's a booster after 10. You
We
might
used
know
to have
better
to
than
get
me.
one before we went to Okinawa.
Interesting, dude. Listen to this though. So the cholera
That's just 'cause
vaccine.
you love Japanese chicks.
Oh hell yeah, brother!
hell yeah, kid.
Cheers.
The cholera vaccine is like you drink it, and it sort of has to be measured at a specific temperature. So it's like hard. You need someone to administer it for you. In New York, you're not allowed. You can call in the prescription if you can like figure out how to do that, but you can't take it yourself. So basically, the only way to get it in New York is going to a travel clinic where it's like $700. And I was like, dude, fuck this. Like, I'm not doing this. So I was like, how do I get around this? Called it into Jersey City, dude. $100.
Really?
Yeah. The CVS guy gave it to me. He's like, drink it now. Da, da, da. I'm like, good. This is a good hack. But it only lasts for 3 months. So anyway,
Oh.
if you need the cholera vaccine,
Yeah.
I just put you on to some tricks, dude.
How was the food?
Good. I mean, there's a ton. Like everybody there wanted to go to like expat places, dude. I ate pizza like 5 fucking times.
Oh,
in
really?
South Sudan, yeah. So like, but the local food is good. It's like
Communal and hands.
Yep. Really good bread, really good varieties of bread, like stews. We only had like a local meal one time, but it was really fucking good. I don't even specifically remember what it was, but exactly how you were describing.
It's a lot of goat, right?
I don't think I ate any goat, but I would believe that.
Yeah. Most
A lot of that,
sustainable
like,
meat
white-
there is.
Is there that white mashed potato looking thing that they use to kind of like as their main starch in a meal?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
Pap or whatever
They
it's
might have
called?
had that,
Okay.
but I'm
I've
not
never
totally
had that.
sure.
I want to try that.
It's interesting though, like
Okay. Yeah.
everybody sort of like the Arabic is like very sort of intertwined into colloquial speech, but like even by people who aren't Muslim, which is like a unique feeling thing. It might not be, but I don't recall encountering that. So everybody's like they're speaking their tribal thing. They're speaking Arabic. They're speaking English. It's like a nice little concoction.
There's one, I met a dude from South Sudan when I was living in San Antonio. And every time he talked about his mother or father, it was they have like a custom there that every time he mentioned, it was kind of like what they do with Muhammad, was that peace be upon them. Like every time he would mention his family, because they were so far away, he would say peace be on them, like after he was done. And I was like, that's
nice.
fucking lovely.
Yeah, it's nice.
You know,
nice.
like what a nice sentiment.
That is nice.
Like to know, like if you're talking about, like, oh yeah, Donnie's mom is coming on the pond. Peace be upon her.
That's very nice.
I appreciate it.
That's
Agreed.
lovely.
I like
yeah.
that a lot. I can totally get into talking that way. Like with my Afghanistan friends, bro, I talk like that to them. I'm like, my brother. And like, I'm being dead serious. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is like the kind of earnest talk I wish I had.
Mashallah. Yeah.
I'm like, my brother, how are you? How is dear brother Sarab doing?
Yeah.
Hello, Giulio. Dear brother Sarab is doing quite well. We miss you.
it.
I love you. I love you too, brother.
Yeah, I love how much they tell each other. Like Western, we got it fucked up here.
Yeah,
you
we're-
just got to tell your brothers you love. I love you.
I love you guys, dude.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, but you can't actually love a dude in those places.
That dude, my boy was.
That's a good
dude, there was
point.
like two
That's a good point.
Definitely. Can't
6'8"
actually love a dude.
jacked monsters holding hands, and they walk by, and I was like, bro, that's hilarious. And my boy goes, dude, if you call them gay, they'll kill you. Like, this is so complicated.
Yeah.
But dude, this video is just me in the mix, fucking chopping it up, and
Oh, yeah.
they posted
yeah.
it. The comments are so funny, dude. Like full on people being like, "This Kawaja is great."
Did you see any other gringos at the festival?
So I saw one or two, and I was like, fuck you, dude. I wanted to be I wanted to be the sole gringo,
Yeah.
dude.
Dude, please take this video and dub some Bad Bunny over it.
The arm thing is is like mimicking with how the cow horns go, because there's these crazy cows with these crazy
Oh
horns.
yeah, those cows are so dope.
Bro, the other thing, there was thousands of people at this festival. This guy who's next to me right here with the green, like with his, who had the horn. I saw this guy 6 different times at different locations of the festival. I'm like, this is just hilarious. And I'm
Has an eye
bumping
for the
into same
camera.
characters. He loved it, dude.
Everybody's so happy and smiling. So
Everybody's
big.
also gorgeous, dude. I know that
Yeah.
that's like a South Sudan thing, but like, bro,
Symmetrical faces.
gorgeous. Just perfect skin, tall, effortless, like just really good looking people, man.
Maybe
And
the burnt cow poop has something to it.
I'm all fucking fat, dude. Like I'm wearing an undershirt to try to like what's the Spanx? Spanx it up.
You're
so I'm
wearing
not-
Spanx in that?
so I'm not looking all milky in here, dude, and matronly. Anyway,
Who's the famous basketball player from Sudan? I don't know if it's
Luol Deng.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, I was chilling with his sister.
Really?
Oh shit!
Yeah, dude. Sick. I always think that's a funny name drop. Dude, I met Brian Scalabrini's brother. He said Scal's a
pretty
good
cool.
guy.
Nobody has one better than Kate. Kate
What's
will
hers?
drop a story where she once smoked cigarettes in Astoria, Queens, with Art Garfunkel's nephew.
Yeah, there you go.
That
There you
sentence
go.
that's a perfect sentence.
You're just reaching.
I was ripping cigs with Art Garfunkel's nephew.
Dude, like I grew up in like rural Connecticut, effectively, like small town in Connecticut, pretty far from anything. And like, I think the most famous person I ever saw as a kid, like just happened to see, Tate George, who no one in this room even knows who that is. This guy was like nasty for UConn in 1990. I'm like, dude, I saw Tate George at Fun Zone in Wethersfield. Everyone's like, what the fuck? Oh my God. It's just so
I like how Sam just has this video of dancing on loop.
I'm
Yeah,
literally-
yeah, yeah.
20
We
minutes.
can-
I'm
But,
enjoying it.
Yeah, it's great. Just leave
So-
it up. Today's episode of Drop a Pin is brought to you by our friends at Blue Chew. The future of erectile function is here. Blue Chew Gold is changing the way that millions of men are having sex in 2026. The new arousal-boosting formula combines passion and performance into one tablet that dissolves under your tongue for super fast onset. There's no more waiting for a pill to kick in, no more moments ruined by performance anxiety, just the results you want when you want them. Most ED meds will focus on blood flow, but Blue Chew Gold goes further by combining 2 ingredients for blood flow with 2 for mental arousal and connection. The process is simple and online. Get started today by going to bluechew.com and go for gold. Ladies, if you're listening, send your man the link and make him a trophy husband with Blue Chew Gold. Discover your options at bluechew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners right now. When you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the third for free with the promo code DROP. That's the promo code DROP, D-R-O-P. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. Today's show is also brought to you by our friend at Noble. This episode is brought to you by Noble, which is Barstool's favorite footwear brand. Noble is the brand known for their best-in-class footwear, and they're everywhere right now, walking around city to city, airport, grabbing coffee, wherever we go. We are seeing them. There's these new ones called the Journey 2s. I wore them all week during the mini golf thing, and they are legitimately the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn. They're incredible. They slip on really easily. The tongue doesn't get all messed up. I really like this shoe. Exclusively for Drop a Pin listeners, Noble is offering 35% off your first order. Visit nobleproject.com and use the promo code DROPAPIN for 35% off your entire first order. That's www.nobullproject.com and use the code DROPAPIN for 35% off. Today's show is also brought to you by DraftKings. The NBA playoffs are here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, boosts every game the whole postseason. When the lights get the brightest, the players and the best players in the world show you exactly who they are. Playoff stars turn it up round by round, and DraftKings turns it up too, with a profit boost available every single game day from the first round all the way to the finals. New sportsbook customers bet $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code DROP so you're ready for the moment. That's code DROP. Turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bets win. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. From the creator of John Wick and Nobody comes a new movie, Normal, a double-barreled shotgun blast of pure momentum for Sheriff Ulysses, played by Bob Odenkirk. A new job as a temporary sheriff in the quaint town of Normal, Minnesota, was meant to be a welcome respite from recent troubles. But when a botched bank robbery interrupts the peace, a dark secret is exposed, and Ulysses discovers that the town of Normal is anything but. It's directed by Ben Wheatley and starring Bob Odenkirk, Henry Winkler, and Lena Headley. See it in theaters starting April 17th. Let's get back to the show.
Wonton Don has to be like a huge deal there because he's tried to give back. Like he went back to South Sudan, joined their basketball team, helped them qualify.
He built some like basketball facility. He's definitely like a big guy there, and I wonder what it's like for him navigating just sort of the different political stuff there.
Because like thanks to him, they qualified for the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup, and they earned a spot in the 2024 Olympics.
And didn't they almost beat the U.S. in one of the qualifying games?
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember it being like a close match.
Dude, I was there for the African Cup when, is that what it's called? The African Cup? Where Morocco, where what's it called? Walked off the field. What team was it? Senegal. Walked off the field. One guy was still on the field. I was with them watching this game, and like everybody in sub-Saharan Africa completely adopted. They just didn't want Morocco to win. There's definitely this like, they act like they're not African trope.
Yeah.
These people were so psyched, and like this little like bounce dance, it was funny because like when they won, Senegal ends up winning in overtime, like this incredible thing. People just started just kind of like bouncing, doing the thing to like, just because it's what came out of them. And it's crazy that a month later they reversed the decision, and they said that Morocco won. And it's supposedly some like massive corruption thing or something. They DQ'd them.
Yeah.
Like a month later. Anyway, it was cool to be there for that. It's always fun to be around people who are so psyched for a sporting event.
I was so like, I'm going to Amsterdam in June, and I was so pissed when I looked at the schedule and that we're going to be there a week before the World Cup. I would have loved to have been in Europe for the World Cup. Love to.
It would be so fucking fun.
I'm going to be in Europe for the World Cup, but Italy didn't qualify
which is crazy.
It's insane. They lost to Bosnia Herzegovina.
Dude, Iraq qualified.
Yeah, I guess like Italy has to compete with all the European countries, and then Iraq is competing in the Asia bracket.
Oh, interesting.
But I've been to a soccer game in Iraq.
Oh, was that amazing?
Yeah, it was awesome. Just a lot of cigarettes, a lot of coffee. But great dudes. That's sweet that they qualified, though. Is this the first World Cup they've ever qualified?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think it's like the second or third.
Okay. So South Sudan in the last Paris Olympics, it was in basketball, it was USA 103, South Sudan 86. But
that was the second game.
It was a 10-point game for a while.
They played earlier. They played in either qualifying or like one of the pre-games.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it was like a 1-point game.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was like really, really close. Dude,
in those games, I wouldn't mind seeing the U.S. lose to South Sudan.
But
Like
I
it
mean,
just means so much to them.
Right. I think about that sometimes.
yeah, but no one on the U.S. team is going to throw a game just to make the South Sudanese happy.
No, I mean I wouldn't want us to like throw the game. I'd want them to earn it for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But if they did, I
earned it.
wouldn't be like if we lost to fucking France or something like that, I'd be like, this is bullshit. But you lose to Iraq or South Sudan or Senegal in a major sport like that, that's when I could swallow that pill.
I could swallow that pill. It's like we have like other things to care about, be happy about. Like that isn't going to like make or break the sports culture in our country.
Yeah,
that
no.
would like be a pivotal moment.
That'd be a top 10 experience for them, like in a decade. Like
and
getting that
maybe
huge
in
win
everyone's life.
and especially basketball.
Yeah.
That's funny, dude.
Like just sporting, obviously not for their whole life, I would imagine. They have
Yeah,
a lot of
not
other
saying-
stuff, but like sporting life, like just because national teams in so many other places are so much more important.
Yeah,
than-
no one
than
cares. I
here.
mean, if we like went to the Olympics and like America had the lowest medal count in American history, I would not give a single shit. I'd be like, what is America doing? We got to start focusing better on fucking figure skating. Like this is bullshit.
Yeah, I would
I
not
don't
care
care
at
if
all.
we like
Yeah.
shit the bed at the Olympics.
Yeah,
At all.
no.
Dude, totally.
But like when that dude, where was he from? Papua New Guinea, that went to the Olympics to swim, and he was the first person from that area to go. I think it was Papua
yeah.
New Guinea.
They love
and
it.
And it took him like 45 seconds to do this heat that it took everybody else like 20.
Yeah.
But everybody was like clapping for him. That
Yeah.
shit's awesome.
That's just awesome.
Yeah. It's a feel good
That's
story.
just awesome. Dude, speaking of which, this is not exactly the same thing. I went to Argentina on vacation with my wife, and we were going to see Bad Bunny at the stadium. It was like 90,000 people. It was the first show after his Super Bowl performance, too. It was like
Yep.
the lore was at peak levels.
Oh, I bet.
And that same day, we went to a tennis tournament that was in Buenos Aires. I'm like, am I like dying tomorrow or something? Like, how am I doing all my favorite shit today? Like,
Yeah.
this is like a full
Are you a big
Make-A-Wish
tennis
day.
guy?
Big time.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Buenos Aires Open was happening, the Golden Swing every February. Saw a fucking sick match, and then going to, I mean, dude, seeing Bad Bunny in Washington D.C. is unlike anything. Like in America, it's unlike anything. Imagine like being in a place like Argentina, which he
Yeah.
says is always like a legendary show. Like that was my best like stadium experience I've ever had.
Really?
It was so fucking sick, dude. He crushed it. It was amazing.
How about Buenos Aires just as a city? I've heard
Unbelievable.
amazing things.
Unbelievable.
A late
Beautiful.
city, I hear, is one of those cities people are out until like 5 a.m, and then somehow like will still go to work.
Yeah, definitely. Like, 11 p.m. Don Julio, which is like best steak spot, like maybe in the world. Packed. You know what I mean? Like on a weeknight.
How was the steak?
Unbelievable.
I
dude.
bet, dude. God.
The strip steak that was like the size of your torso, dude.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
And the best wine.
Amazing everything. Yeah, amazing wine.
Mall box down there like crazy.
It's a beautiful city too. Dude, it was really, really fun.
Very European vibes.
Very European vibes.
I'm a South America guy. I'm just going to say it. I fucking love South America.
I know you got that a couple of trips
Have
planned.
you been yet?
No. But I like it's kind of
I hope you
I'm
get
an-
robbed in Colombia. and
me
you're just
too.
Like, fuck this place. I'm never going
Me
back.
too. I would love to get robbed in Colombia. But there's certain places, like that you research it and you can just tell, like, I am going to like this place. Like when you do enough research on it and doing the every country videos, like I've gone through Brazil, Chile, Colombia, and Ecuador so far.
Yeah. All incredible places.
Yeah, and they're
man.
all just unbelievably beautiful. Like every single one. Ecuador, doing that today, I was just like, God damn, dude. Everything about it. The closest place to the sun is in Ecuador.
Yeah.
Their huge volcano. It's 1.5 miles closer to the sun than Everest.
It's is it what's it called?
I forget.
Starts with a C.
Yeah. Chile, something Chile.
Keto? What?
No, the
that's
volcano.
the capital, yeah. But yeah, I can't wait to go to more places or a place.
Dude, I got one for you since you're not you're not going to get there for a while. Since it's
When
the
this comes out, I
alphabet.
might be on my way to South America.
Inshallah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, this will come out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so the week after that, then the 20th, I go.
Do you want my contact, Blow Rasta?
Yeah, I always want your contact.
Oh, the rapper?
Shout out Will.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was sick.
rapper, but he would love to take you to Communa 13.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
I would love to do that. Is he the same guy that took you through?
Yes. he
Oh, well
is.
then no. I want a different person.
Okay. All right.
Well, I don't want our videos to be the same.
Yeah, I mean, my Columbia series was a long time ago. It will be on a different channel.
You're overthinking
Fair.
it, Chaps.
But no, I mean, if you want, I mean, no, if you want these videos to be like you go in blind, 0 tips from me, you figure it out on your own. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you guys cool?
No, we were until like 5 minutes ago. I was rude about his guy. Sorry. Sorry.
Blow Rasta.
I'm so sorry.
Highest pitched voice you will ever hear. But good guy.
Dude, so I'm starting to become very OCD as I get a little bit older, and like the way that I collect. Before I was like a strong no souvenirs guy. Then I was just like, okay, if somebody gives me something special, then I'm a souvenirs guy. Then I'm going to start getting money from each place, which turned into me then retroactively ordering money from the places that I didn't get it from to begin with. Mm-hmm. And now it's starting to become a little burdensome where I'm like trying to get every single kind of, I'm like, I need to fucking chill. But it's taken it to the next level. Any place I don't get a passport stamp from, I've started recreating the stamp. So I get a custom stamp made of the stamp, and I have a souvenir passport that I then stamp into the passport.
That's basically what they do at Epcot.
Really?
Wait, but these are places you've been, but you haven't managed to get a stamp?
Yes.
Why do some places not give you a stamp?
Some places just don't stamp. Like Canada doesn't stamp, or like Argentina doesn't stamp, or like if
Once
you're in
you
the
get
European Union, you don't
inside
get a
the
stamp.
EU, yeah, well, you only get the first place or in the last place.
So
Typically.
Epcot literally does that,
Yeah,
and it's like the stamps look similar,
very similar.
but you need to use one of their books.
Yeah, they have like a Disney World Epcot passport.
Well, you think they'd stamp my souvenir passport?
I don't think they have a South Sudan stand, but
Well, I have the South Sudan stamp though.
yeah, probably. I don't know what it actually looks like. There it is. Yeah. See, cute.
It's not bad, but those look like stamps. Those don't look real. I'm getting to the point where I'm actually potentially committing a federal crime.
Oh, you want to like legit?
They look like it's
Getting it
starting
from the
to
Diamond
look,
District?
like the measurements. Like I did a run, a first attempt, and they're like too small, so I've reordered them to be like the proper. Anyway, my wife is like, "This is a problem."
Do you think you could go up to a guy if you don't get it stamped and they just scan it and be like, "Hey, can I actually get a stamp?"
I've tried.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Can you stamp it?" And they're like, "We don't do that anymore." I'm like, "You don't have like a stamper?" They're like, "Sir,
Can
your
you
time
just
here is
make
done."
believe? Can you just sign it or something?
I know if you're traveling to Israel, you can tell them, please don't stamp my passport, because then it like if you're then going to a Muslim country after that, they see the Israel stamp, they might give you some gruff.
Right. Yeah, they'll like do the paper. I'd be fine with the paper. Mm-hmm. But anyway,
I still have 5 Saddam Hussein bills from my trip to Iraq. I want to do a giveaway for 5 lucky pinheads, but we got to figure out some way how to choose who we award it to.
I
Okay.
love that. I forgot to fucking bring it. Classic, but I'll bring them tomorrow. I have South Sudan bills for all of you guys.
Oh, sweet.
Let's go.
The $1,000 note, which is the biggest one, worth very little, but the currency is rapidly fluctuating. So hang on to those.
All right.
Okay.
You never know.
We should get a big bulletin board here and pin up some cash.
Of cash, yes.
I have some Hungarian dollars left.
Sick.
I had the $1 trillion note
Is it a
from
forint?
Zimbabwe
Yeah.
at some point, but that's probably been
Oh, I
lost.
have one of those too.
I think it's 100,000 for it. Actually.
Solid.
Yeah.
The old forint.
$30. I had no idea how much money it was, and like a dumb American, I was just like, I'll just pick the biggest number on the thing, like pulling out cash, and it's just like
Hilarious.
for like just dispensing cash. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I have 3 days left in this stack of cash. When I pulled out my phone and Googled what the rate was. I had just pulled out like $600.
It's ridiculous.
Hungarian cash
That's
for my last 3
ridiculous.
days. So I was buying mad souvenirs.
You're
too.
balling, dude.
I was just going through it. The amount of paprika I brought back is insane.
Dude, Chaps, I love the travel bug has really infected you in a significant way, and it's been fun
Big
to
time.
watch.
Yeah, this show is like, and researching and doing all the different things has really made me love it. And actually, we had a email from one of our coworkers that was trying to do like a deck for sales for us and everything. And she was asking, how many countries have you been to? I took off a bunch of the countries that I have actually been to give my answer.
Why?
Because I'm not viewing them as like I've traveled there anymore. Like just putting your feet on the ground, doing some security stuff and leaving. I'm not counting that as I've been to that country anymore.
Interesting.
What is one example of that? A country you were just in for one event, doing security, and then out?
Sri Lanka.
Okay.
Like, well, I mean, I did some stuff walking around town, but I didn't experience like the town whenever I was there. Another one would be Uganda.
Okay.
And I was only there for like 7 hours.
Okay. Yeah.
This is like a fun thing. Like we all have this when it comes to like, was I there? Wasn't I there? And it's interesting to hear what people's things are. Yours, I would argue, is like pretty extreme. Like to me, this all counts. But I get that like you want to do it for real.
Because say we were doing a show on one of these places that I've been to, I wouldn't have anything to add. Like I'd be like, okay, so I went to this hotel and searched around for a couple IEDs, and then I went back to my hotel room, like, and then we went to the airport and left. Like to me, that doesn't count. Sure, I saw like driving from the airport, but that doesn't really. It's not nearly the same. And like going to Copenhagen, my first solo trip, and Budapest, and walking around, it kind of like I haven't seen much of the world that I would really like to, or even Japan, like looking at how I view the world now comparatively to how I did when I lived in Japan.
And lived on the base?
Yeah, well, I lived out in town.
Oh, okay.
So I did live there, but I didn't fully engross myself in the culture. Like I would eat at a lot of places that had English menus, and that was very comfortable. And I'm at the place now where I don't want to be that way. I want to experience the world for as it is, cultures for how they are. I mean, granted, I'm going to have like a tourist lens, speaking only English and things like that, but I want to see what the world has to offer because it's so big and so beautiful, and so are so many of the peoples there.
Totally, man. I love all this shit.
Yeah. I think you can count Denmark, though. I know, so you were there for just one day, right?
Yeah,
but you actually walked around the city.
Yeah, like I biked around, like
went
Do you count it?
Yeah, I'll count that
you
one.
can count that.
So
actually,
like if I go out now, like this summer, we're gonna go to Brussels, and we're gonna go to Cologne. I'll count those because we're gonna go for a day, but we're actually going to spend the day there. I don't have any problem counting a day somewhere as being there. It's what did you do? Like, were you wearing a suit and told a dog to seek it out? Like, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
And I don't even like Iraq doesn't even count.
I would agree with that.
Like,
I mean, you got shot in Iraq.
you almost
I think
died.
That counts. You have
I guess
been to Iraq.
if your blood is on the ground, it counts.
To prove it.
But like
So,
I didn't.
did you even get shot then?
No. Like so, like the things that you guys did in Iraq, like your stories of Iraq, like going with the marsh people, like going out and doing all the different cool things that you got to do, like spending time with locals when they're not fucking terrified because you have big ass guns. Like there's just a wide difference in like that experience as a traveler as opposed to being a military member. And my experience as a military definitely shaped who I am as a person, for sure. Like I would not be this person without it. Like changed my life totally. But I'm a different person now when I want to see the world through that lens instead of the ones where I was wearing digital camouflage.
Yeah.
No,
Totally, man.
I fully see where you're coming from, and it's sweet that you're at a point in life where like you will be able to see a lot of countries in the next 5 years.
Yeah. And I mean, like going through this year, I was telling one of my old producers yesterday, like this year I will be in so far 12 countries, like just this year. And that's without having like September through December scheduled out. So I mean, I really am trying to take as much advantage of traveling as I can.
Doing some damage, dude.
Do it up, dude.
Fuck yeah. That's really cool.
Just if you go to Peru or Bolivia, let me tag along.
That's September. Let's lock it in.
Okay. I would love to get down
Need
there.
to get Points Guy back on so we can maybe I'll sign up for that Chase Sapphire so I can
Yeah, well,
use those.
Peru, I always see like
Keto, you can go
cheap flights
crazy
down
cheap
there too. Like
like $350, $400.
Shockingly cheap. What was when you went to Argentina? Did you fly direct from New York? Mm-hmm. Sweet.
Delta. Hit the trank, slept the whole time.
Yeah. That's probably not a super cheap flight. Is that pretty pricey? Or?
I don't even know. Like what would you? There's probably like $1,200 round trip
To where?
Argentina. Not cheap. Not cheap.
Not cheap. I mean, the last time I went to Hong Kong, it was also $1,200. But people also don't realize how far down Buenos Aires is. That's like a 10-hour flight, right?
10 and a half.
So that's like going from Los Angeles to Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad, man. I mean, ever since I survived that Nairobi to New York overnight flight where there's no daylight the entire time and didn't get out of my seat once, I'm like, I'm invincible.
Oh, yeah.
Like 10 and a half to BA was like a fucking walk in the park.
Have you guys seen that dude that does, like, speaking of long flights, that he does day tripping, but he does it to like Asia. He just did it to India.
And then does he like, because obviously it takes a day to get there, but then he'll just do 1 day on the ground and fly
and then
back?
fly back. That guy's an idiot. Like, why in the world would you do, like we do day tripping to Arkansas or to San Francisco, paying $1,000 to fly to New Delhi for a day? Get out of here.
Bonkers.
Yeah.
It's bonkers.
It's a good social clip, but yeah, you might as well soak
You
it up.
spend more
a little bit
time
more.
on a plane than
Yeah.
you do in the places.
But that is something we would like to do for Sam because
Mm.
Mook, the former Anus producer, they made a big deal about he was going to go to Perth. Nick already bought the flights. I think it was like a $3,000 ticket, and for some reason it didn't happen, and they just had to cancel the ticket. Maybe even eat the price of the ticket.
It was
But
like a middle seat too, right?
Sam says he's willing to go wherever
Nice.
for as short amount of time as possible.
Fuck it.
So yeah, we won't make you go anywhere like across the planet for a day, but I feel like we could make Sam do something like that at some point.
I don't even want to do that. If we're gonna spend the money on Sam going to Perth, the 3,000, we're all going to Bolivia for that same exact
right.
price.
Yeah. But Spirit Airlines is now doing like a $360 one-way flight to Tokyo. It's
What?
I mean,
I do that.
so yeah,
That is fucking
I think
That I would
you-
pay for Sam to
You use
do.
a few of their partner airlines. You've got definitely 2 layovers, but it's $360, and you can get from Chicago to Tokyo.
Somehow both layovers are in Fort Lauderdale. You're like, how the fuck did this?
They have a direct flight to Aruba too.
Oh, crazy.
Spirit does.
Okay, yeah.
I would
but
do
Sam,
that.
Can you search that?
Why the hell
Be
not?
like the cheap Chicago to Tokyo Spirit Airlines.
That's crazy.
I would love to go to Tokyo on Spirit Airlines.
Yeah,
I think that would be-
$376 flights from Chicago to Tokyo.
Let's see. Yeah. Search it up. Let's see what we got.
I did get a direct to Delhi from New York, which was nice and not necessarily easy. Oh, these are not looking too cheap to
you gotta
me.
wait. It's
Oh,
loading.
wait.
It's loading.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you
Oh,
gotta
wait,
look
these
on
aren't
like.
Spirit.
Spirit might not be on Skyscanner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might just be a. But no, I looked it up and did confirm. But I mean, at first I thought it was 360 round trip. But no, I find like a news article about it because those are just search engines. All right, if you can find it, let me know. One thing I wanted to ask you is because now you've been, how many countries in Africa have you been to now?
I've done a lot of damage now in sort of like the same area. So I've been to Rwanda, Tanzania,
and Kenya.
Comoros, Kenya, South Sudan, Ethiopia, DRC. You could theoretically count, but not anything substantial. But
So-
that's it. Yeah.
A lot of people will be saying like Rwanda is like one of the more developed countries in Africa.
Yeah, definitely.
Did it feel like going from Rwanda to South Sudan? Did it feel at all like going from like a first world to a third world country in any way?
No, I'd say that from my experience, there was a lot of similarities, but like obvious differences as well. Like culturally, definitely different. But and Kigali is like really clean, really developed. But like in the countryside, to the untrained eye, it kind of has more in common than you know what I mean.
Yep.
Than differences, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of like rural, underdeveloped.
Like, what's the capital
developing.
of South Sudan? I don't even
Juba.
know. Juba. Okay.
Juba. But like,
if you compared Kigali to Juba, were there stark differences?
so socially, again, very similar. So we went to this karaoke place. Dude, people are like really fucking chill. Like I was saying, these people would all hang out at night and everybody's just kind of like on their phone half of the time. They're just kind of like chilling, maybe a hookah, like chatting, whatever. Nobody stood up during karaoke. It was exclusively seated karaoke. The most non-judgmental karaoke I've ever seen. And, drinking beers, whatever, hanging, which is just like very similar to the hang in Kigali.
Dude, he found it. There it is, $398 from Orlando to, or from Chicago to Japan.
Yep.
With one stop in Houston.
Oh, only one stop.
40 hours. Yeesh.
Wait, so how long of a
How-
stop in Houston is that? But hey, that's not bad.
You just
I
have to
I thought
move
it
to
should be
Houston
like-
for a bit.
That's crazy that there's only one stop because I thought, oh, and that's with good old Frontier.
Jesus.
And
dude.
then Zip Air,
And then just a 22-hour layover in Houston.
and then Zip Air.
Zip. Have you
So
ever,
if you put it
have
the
you ever
next-
heard of
I wonder if you
good
put it
old
the-
Zip Air?
Pull up. What is Zip Air even?
Yeah.
It
Zip
sounds
Air.
like
Honestly,
a
Zip Air should be the
racial
presenting
slur,
partner
dude.
of this podcast.
Oh, it's a Tokyo airline, I think.
Oh, it's probably
Okay.
super nice then.
They have Starlink.
Oh my God, they have Starlink?
Dude,
Air.
if it's a Japanese airline, it's nice. I never ever flew on a Japanese airline that was shit.
I was
They're all
on
nice.
one where the plane didn't recline, but the bottom of the seat went out, so you could like slouch, but you couldn't like put your
Jesus.
back back. Oh,
Dude, I might do that. If it's $3.90.
oh yeah, boom. There's a YouTube video right there. I flew to Japan for $250. Is Zip Air worth it?
Yes, I might do this.
Yeah. But I mean, would you say because you were in Japan for so long, do you think that you like fully experienced Tokyo at least? Like, would you rather? Because I know you've been talking about Vietnam a lot and stuff. Like,
Yeah, I don't think I experienced enough of it. I only went to Tokyo twice because, I mean, Okinawa's a pretty far trip, and I had a young baby at the time, and I didn't have money.
yeah,
Like, I wish that I could go back with my grown-up money to Japan and live there. Like, the amount of shit that you could do, like flying around Asia from Japan's airports is just so cheap as well. Like,
Yeah.
I would love to have had that opportunity, but I was young, had a young baby, and didn't have any money.
yeah,
Yeah.
And were you also like, I know you grew up down south, weren't traveling a bunch. Like, back in those days when you were walking around Tokyo or something, were you a lot more nervous or just like?
No, at that point, I was active duty Marine, felt invincible.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
at least I'm not in a combat zone.
I mean,
this is fine.
There, at that point in my life, there wasn't a whole lot that was going to make me nervous.
You're just
Okay.
a walking weapon at
Yeah.
that point.
yeah, like I.
All right, so yeah, we're watching a video on Zip Air. I mean, yeah, it
looks
like,
nice.
Yeah, it's like a budget plane. Those seats aren't normally the seats you would be sitting in flying all the way to Japan, but I mean, I could survive that.
Look up, see if there's any in November. If there's any in November, I'm gonna
I
book
mean,
it today.
Xanax is a cheat code, but like Xanax is also how you end up like Ben Mintz, just fucking sprawled out across an entire aisle.
It's incredible, man. It's like time travel.
Oh, is that one way or is that?
That I think that's one way, unfortunately, but I think you could get. I think if you go on the right days, you could get it down to like $300 for a one way to Tokyo.
I would take that.
I do 24 hours in Tokyo.
No, we wouldn't, Sam. We're not going that far for one day. My bones are too old. I get too many blood clots.
Yeah. That was the first time I told my family that there was one flight to China where I hadn't slept the night before and I just passed out the entire flight. Like, didn't even stand up to go to the bathroom. And I told my parents and they were like, never do that again. That's how you get a blood clot and almost die. So yeah, even if you like don't need to go to the bathroom, always stand up mid-flight and go for a little walk.
My first long flight was from Tokyo to Detroit on one of the Japanese airlines. I think it was Nippon Air.
Why is that such a route that everyone takes? What's up with this Detroit to Tokyo?
It's
Is it
just-
because of the auto industry?
I think Detroit's just a
could
solid
be.
hub, a solid location.
Yeah, that's a huge airport.
It's the biggest
too.
airport for no reason. That in
Yeah.
Montreal. It's like, bro.
The audio
do
industry.
less.
That's probably
Maybe,
right.
yeah.
That's a good guess for sure. But halfway through, they would bing bong. Please stand up and begin to stretch.
Oh, they would do like a
No way.
okay, I
Yeah.
like that.
That's
and
cool.
like they're legit. Everybody would stand up and do their stretches and stuff. It was.
That is interesting.
They're so nice about it too.
Do you guys find as you continue making videos and shit, like, do you ever notice that the things that you're drawn to change, or like, do you notice differences in like the shit you used to make versus the shit you want to make now?
I mean, Chaps says he's completely out on nightlife, so
Yeah,
probably been a change.
I don't give a fuck about nightlife.
Fuck yeah, I love that.
Whatever happens when it's dark is none of my business.
What a quote. What a quote.
It just is. I have no interest at all. Like people are like, oh man, Medellin bars are gonna be so great. Cool. I hope they are.
I won't be there.
I will be back playing World by that time. Like I just don't have that desire anymore. I want to see like, and I get it. Like people that want to go and like get somebody Sam's age or something like that wants to go and experience the nightlife.
I'm not fully out on nightlife yet.
No,
You're close.
No, you're still a creature of the
No,
night.
I'm not. But I'm not going to be like. It depends on the trip, and it depends what the nightlife is. I'm not going to be going to like a club just for the sake of going to a club.
I just think that if you're gonna watch a video of me, you're not like, God, I gotta see what Club Chaps is getting into.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not.
Nobody cares about that for me.
Yeah.
I think you just kind of got to know what your audience is expecting.
Yeah,
from you.
for me, it would have to be something that's like more unique that I couldn't just do back home. Then I'd be like, all right, it's worth investigating this because like I would never have this experience in the States.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I don't know. Like my last trip abroad was to Turkey, and I feel like that was not like a travel trip. That was me like herding a group of 23 stoolies and 5 coworkers to get hair transplants. We had a couple days in Cappadocia where I could like experience some culture. But when we were in the city of, like I always tell myself, oh, I can't wait to go back to Istanbul. There's crazy museums, You're just walking the streets of Istanbul. You might see this giant Roman column like in between 2 apartment buildings. Like look that up. This is wild. It's a Roman column base that's the size of 2 apartment buildings, and it's just in the middle of the city.
It's like in Italy when they have an H&M and they'll be like a part of the Colosseum
like
inside.
Rome. Yeah, it's really cool.
No, it's not that one. That one's in the column in between 2 apartment buildings. This is a crazy photo.
I'd like to spend more time in Istanbul.
Yeah, it's there.
Whoa.
So that's just the base.
It looks
So
like
that-
a fucked up version of, what's the hat? The movie where the dude flies on the balloon? Up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
one of the greatest movies of all time.
And so, yeah, I've always told myself when I go to Istanbul, I just want to walk around the city, explore a lot, like check out the Theodosian walls, which were like the ancient walls that protected the city for thousands of years. But I didn't have time for any of that. I didn't even have time to seek out like a good restaurant I've always wanted to try. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to my next trip that's more like travel focused,
I'm
just
like,
to go and soak it in.
when I'm searching for stuff now, I want to find places that you just look at and you're kind of blown away. Like I was that way with every time I researched Budapest and I came across the Parliament building, that's how I felt. Like that's a place that if you look at it, you're going to be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
There's certain spots in Colombia that I feel like are going to do that. Peru, definitely. Ecuador, definitely. Chile, Argentina.
I got some good Ecuador stuff for you if you need Rex. Let me know what you end up
Like
doing.
I want to take, and you know
go to
what I want to
Galapagos,
do?
too.
Trains.
Oh, nice.
I want to do the Ecuadorian and the Peruvian train ride. That's like a 3-day ride where you go like past Machu Picchu and all kinds of places like that. What are those painted rocks that are in Peru that look the
really
rainbow
ancient ones?
Yeah.
Oh no, like in the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what that's
I
called.
forget what they're called, but I want to go places that your jaw just drops when you see it.
Yeah.
And that you don't need to spend a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
That like Budapest, just walk around. You don't have to spend a lot of money. I think back in the day, I used to think a nice vacation would be a sick resort. You know, like that was. But I also think that's part of growing up with the amount of money that my family had, not a lot. So you see different people on TV like spending time at crazy resorts with beautiful pools that are right by the beach, and you're like, hell yeah, that's what a vacation should be like. And now I'm like, dude, I want to go see that. I want to go see the Alps. I want to go see the Dolomites.
That is true. Now that I have a baby, though, I'm like slowly starting to see the appeal of a resort, too.
It's funny how our lives are like
yeah.
going the opposite directions.
But I'll see. I
Donnie's
mean,
like, sandals doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah, right.
now, yeah, because I remember we had Rico Bosco on. And I think Rico has 2 kids, and he was just like, when I go to a resort, I just want to be at like an all inclusive. You know, we're on the resort. I don't go do stuff. Kids can go play. And I was like, oh, I've really never done a vacation like that. But now that I do have a kid, and I'm like, I mean, it would be nice just to like fully kick back and not do shit for a week.
Totally.
But you can also, I mean, you can find a place like that that's still like close enough to some actually cool stuff, and still go for like a walk and take in some culture.
Totally.
I don't want to be on one of those fake islands. Like Disney just like owns islands in the Caribbean. And they'll do a
Right.
cruise to an island that they own.
Right.
And the only people on that island like work for Disney, and it's a bunch of
Right,
souvenir
yeah.
stands and restaurants. Like I'm definitely not trying to do that.
That being said, if one of those places want us to come, we absolutely will.
Oh, dude, I'll throw on my fucking mouse
be
ears
there.
so fast.
Caroline getting a sandals ad deal. What the fuck is that?
Really?
Dude, it was
Yeah.
also the post was like one of the most masterful
So good.
in
did
her
not
own
see this.
voice
Yeah, she's great.
partnerships ads I've seen. Shout out to Caroline.
Yeah, Caroline's hilarious. She's so good at what she should be on SNL.
She's great.
Yeah.
She's so talented.
What was the post? Did they like want her to like I'm sure she got paid for the post. Is she also getting a free trip to Sandals for that
She was
post?
there, I believe.
Oh, so she filmed it on the resort?
yeah.
It's so good, dude. It's just like a fun. It's like a grid, like a slide of like a bunch of different shit, like her being funny or her like
Yeah.
Taking different
taking
poses.
different poses. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really solid.
I
Her
think
and her boyfriend are funny. Chris Barnes.
Yeah, Barnes. Yeah,
the Drop a Pin page has been growing on Instagram so much that like you're gonna have to start playing that card on occasion when you travel, trying to get some free stays, shit like that. Because like I think
We
like
have tons of offers from Bolivia.
Yeah.
And Peru.
Really?
Yeah, tons.
once you're over 500K, I think you can try pulling that card. I know there's probably a lot of travel influencers that like mainly just use that card when traveling, just to be like.
I mean, just don't, you know what? I have thought about it because it would be cut down on the prices. Then we just pay for like flights and
Yeah.
and meals while you're there. But if one of those emails got out and somebody like did it, like the old screen, look at this influencer trying to get a free hotel, and it came from Chaps at Barstool Sports, like an email address,
is that what's so bad about that?
No, I think it's like.
like asking for a free stay.
Yeah, be like,
Well,
hey,
no,
I'll
the
make
thing
you
is,
a video or whatever.
There's nothing wrong with asking. There are some like influencers that have gotten like mad when people say no. Like I remember there was some like food influencer in Chicago went to a restaurant and then expected their bill to be comped, and they didn't comp the bill, and they like went on like a rant, and then everyone's like, dude, what the fuck is your problem? Like the restaurant doesn't owe you shit.
Right.
So there's no harm in asking, as long as like but like there's also a good chance they say no.
Should I email the hostel that I'm staying at and be like, hey,
No,
links
you
in
gotta
bio?
you gotta
You guys
pull
do
that card
collabs?
to stay in a place like you normally like wouldn't be able to afford to stay. Or
See, I want to do hostel living. I feel like
Yeah.
I
I would love to see a vlog like Chaps's. I don't know if it would be your first time in a hostel, but
That
that'd
is
be
my
a
first
great
time.
vlog. Chaps's first time at a hostel.
I got a nice hostel for sure. It's like not like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But I picked the place that I wanted to go, and then I put the link into ChatGPT, and I said, "Is a 43-year-old dude going by himself gonna look like a creep staying at this place?" And ChatGPT is like, "No." They report that they're like based on reviews, it looks like the average person is around 35, so you should be fine.
Yeah, it's like, don't worry, there are plenty of losers there.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude,
I know I could stay at a regular place, but this is one of those spots where I was telling Giulio before, I want to have 2 days planned and then just kind of see what happens.
Yeah. So you have 2 days planned, and then if you're enjoying the hostel, you could stay. If you want to switch, you can just switch on the fly.
And I'm legit only bringing a backpack full of stuff. So like wherever I go
Nice.
for the day, like when I go out like to, let's say I'm going to a coffee farm one of the days.
Yeah.
If something happens and they're like, oh, well, this opportunity arises where you can go from here to stay someplace else, I want to be able to do that. Now I have to go back to a hotel or a hostel to get my
Yeah.
stuff. I'll have everything. So I'm just ready to go whenever and wherever.
Mm-hmm. Our chat with Ari Shafir was like helpful to like probably ease your way back into hostels or something like that, just because he was still using hostels.
Yeah.
on his recent one? Or like
I know
Yeah, he said he was
on
going
his
to.
previous trip. I haven't
Yeah.
talked to him since he got back from his like 6 months trip. But he was a huge proponent of hostels.
Yeah, because I just the idea of going and talking to other people who are way more experienced travelers than me and seeing what they're getting into, see if I can hop in with them.
Definitely.
Like that's kind of my goal and plan.
Cool, man. That should
Yeah,
rip.
dude, I fucking love it. Like I'm very hyperfixation personality type, and I am knee deep in it.
Locked in,
right
good, bro.
right now.
Good, man. Enjoy it, man.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be chemistry this time next year. But
You're just going to be hyper focused on chemistry?
I mean, that's the way
I hope not. That was my least favorite subject in school.
the first ever Barstool Sports chemistry
Yeah.
podcast.
Oh my God. Fuck
Folks,
the periodic
today
table.
we're getting into tungsten today, folks.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So where do you got? What's next for you? What's your next big trip? You got one planned?
So I'm working on a couple of different things. I have a foundation now, so like anytime there's like a sort of charitable thing involved in any of my videos, it's like a fun thing for the ecosystem to just like have this support system for it also. So like the school in Tanzania is one of them. One of the India videos I did was at a music school, so that'll be part of it. And I'm trying to do this thing with this like native community that's like super affected by climate change to try to like figure out a way to get them the money they need to stay on their land, which is going to be like a much bigger undertaking. But like, that's the kind of thing that's sort of like drawn me at this point. So I'm working on that. I have a bunch of stuff that's like shot already. So like I'm not going crazy. I was supposed to be in the Middle East right now. End up having to cancel it just because of the war and stuff. So I'm going to try to just
Which
like,
country were?
it was going to be Iraq. It was going to be Iraq again.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we try to get some of those done. I'm going on tour also. So like banging out some comedy, doing some of that stuff, and just try to like get these videos out if I can get them done. It just takes me a while sometimes to edit them.
We also need to shout you out. Your one of your latest videos, The Llama's Prophecy, was nominated for an Emmy, or
so it's in the
got
for
nod, or?
yeah, thanks. You know, it's in the for your consideration like
Yep.
pot. So like effectively it's like a pre-nomination, but like there's sort of like a whole process that goes into something being eligible. So you know, that would be cool if that worked out.
That's sick.
That would be cool. And I was looking at the other things that are up for it. Now, granted, a lot of these are like massive projects. It's the non-scripted documentary feature category. But there's a lot of sort of like things that are just about famous people. So I'm like, oh, maybe like I have a shot. Like we'll see. But like I was thinking I was going to be going up against like things about humanitarian stuff for like wars. And I'm like, I don't know if I could
Or like
compete
Ken
with that.
Burns.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, if it's just about the life of a country music singer or something, maybe I can compete. So we'll see. And it would be kind of a cool, unprecedented thing. You know, it's a small production, obviously, but it came out really good. So hopefully that'll work out.
You versus the Jelly Roll doc?
Yeah, right. Come on. But so that would obviously be cool. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to like keep working on shit that I am interested in and enjoy it and feel grateful to be able to do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for coming back, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. As always, I love doing the show. It's fun to get to talk about this shit, especially because people never ask me about it. Like people, like I would just assume that people are gonna be like, "You've been to Afghanistan? What's that like?" But they're like, "Do you still talk to Pete Davidson?" I'm like, "Really? That's like all you're gonna ask me?" I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?"
He gave us a shout out in his special on Netflix.
Pete did?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
By saying I got called butthole.
Oh,
out by
yeah,
Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
I thought you meant drop a
so
pin.
not us, not
I was like, I didn't know
me
Pete
and
listens to
Chaps,
drop a
but
pin.
yeah.
So anyway, yeah, no. Yeah, check out my foundation though, illuminateglobal.net.
Illuminate Global?
Illuminate Global.
Illuminate.
Is the website, cool shit. And then obviously follow my YouTube channel, Not Julio, and come see me on tour. I'm doing like 10 cities, hopefully coming to where you're at. So thank you.
Sick.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Appreciate
Appreciate you always.
We'll see you guys next time.
Good shit.